was kind of a Robin Hood moment. So we keep talking about her cow. She's gonna have a calf. But what are we gonna do when she comes into milk? Because milking a cow, it's no joke. It's a responsibility because you actually really need to milk the cow. So how are we gonna do it at this time when we have twins at home? They largely occupy a lot of our time. I'm trying to knock out work in our house that we're renovating, which is currently gutted, and we need to move back into it at some point, right? So Alice the cow, she is lounging back here. She is lounging just like a pregnant woman does when she's about to pop. You don't even want to get up, do you? You are completely and fabulously enormous. Good girl. This is the cow who you're at the grocery store. I'm sure that many of you ladies can sympathize with this or understand this. You're at the grocery store. Who is this guy who comes up to you and says, "Are you having twins?" Or who says something like, "Well, you look like you're about to pop." Who does that? I have never, taken a formal class on the respect of pregnant women, but I've just picked up over the years that you don't approach pregnant women and tell them that they look like they're really, really big. You just don't do it. Through my wife Brianna's now 6 pregnancies, it just never fails that someone, actually many people, multiple times approach her in the store and tell her how enormous she looks. Where do you learn these kind of manners? But lady, you actually are enormous. Do you mind standing up so I can check your ligaments? I'll give you a good head scratch and trade for it. Oh man, she's like, that's actually all I need. It's so funny because my wife Brianna, when she's pregnant, like all she wants is a good back scratch. Not a head scratch though. She's got this little spot right here. She can't reach any which way. There's no way she can scratch this spot really. And she loves it when you scratch it. And dust always collects there. Her horns would normally come here, but she's actually polled. She wasn't dehorned to my knowledge. And she's got this little spot and it always is itchy. And when you scratch it, she just really likes it a lot. Her ears all go, this goes forward and this goes back. Come on, get up, I wanna see you. I wanna see your ligaments. Look at that. Would you look at that? There you go. All right, here we go. First of all, look at the size of her udder. It is dramatically bigger than it's been in the past days. It is really getting quite full here. It's a little bit messy, and it's not popping full, but you can see her teats there are starting to spread, splay a little bit. It means it's quite full, and she is huge. Let's check her ligaments. Right here, these ligaments between this and this, there's a high spot here. Those actually start to drop. Those will drop out and loosen up right before she has that calf. And they are still pretty tight. They're still there. So we're still looking at least 24 hours, or likely 24 hours. Yeah, you're breathing hard just because you stood up. I know, it's hard. It's hard when you're such a big pregnant lady. Okay, the question remains, what are we gonna do when she calves and we really need to be milking her? We do something called calf sharing, and this is completely unique and something that the dairy industry really doesn't do. They separate calves from the milk cow very close to birth. They bottle feed them and then they sell them off, or they might keep some of the heifers for their herd. We do something called calf sharing. We keep the calf with the cow, and it allows us flexibility because the calf can actually help us empty out her udder. We can't just leave her udder full for days and days, or even more than 12 to 24 hours. But when she first drops a calf, especially if she only drops one, which is most likely, it's a massive volume of milk. So how are we going to find the time to milk her? I think we have someone who's going to do a cow share. a friend who's actually technically a neighbor who lives close by is interested. They live close enough that they could actually drive here in just a few minutes. And we're talking to them about actually splitting the milk from Alice, our cow, which would mean we would milk one day and this friend would milk the next day. So we would just have to milk every other day. This is actually really exciting development because at this time in our life, we've chosen to keep the cow. We've kind of downsized everything. You know, we have a few goats out here. There's a few geese over there. Actually, we need to eat those geese soon because they've not made any babies. More on that in a video soon. It's actually really exciting though that we have this friend to cow share with us, because it means that we can share this richness from our place and keep our cow in really good health and have that fresh milk without having to be down here every single day. My guess is we'll have a calf within 72 hours from you. I'm gonna just make that my prediction. 72 hours from now, we should have a calf. I was out with Grace earlier today. She's been interested in hunting for quite a long time, and I'm gonna try to get her out at the end of this archery season. I wanna show you something that's pretty amazing to me. We were sighting in my bow, letting her practice shooting and just confirming the sighting on my crossbow. And I did this on my second shot. So first arrow is right here. This is the fleshing from the first arrow, and here's the fleshing for my second arrow. If you don't know what you're seeing right now, you're seeing this arrow was in the target, and this arrow came in and entered directly in the very back of the front arrow. It was kind of a Robin Hood moment. It was pretty funny and exciting. Also ruined a very good crossbow bolt. We were right here at 20 yards from the target. And I'm just going to show you what we're working with now at 20 yards. And this is a recurve crossbow. If you're looking at a crossbow, I recommend considering a recurve crossbow. It's not a compound bow. It doesn't have any little pulleys and stuff down here. It just has one string, because from like a survival perspective and a longevity perspective, this thing will just keep going and keep going. Even if the string breaks, it won't damage the crossbow. You just put a new string on it. You can do that in the field. All right, this is just a 20-yard shot, a real short little shot here. About as close as you're gonna get. All right, here's our target. Let's see if we can see where I hit it. I was a little bit shaky there. I'm pretty sure this is our entry hole. So it's not a perfect bullseye. It really should be. If I was laying down, I probably could have. And yeah, that's it. And here's our arrow blasted out the back. I'll film one more from right here, nice and close, and let you see it. And I've switched over to 60 frames a second, so you can hopefully get a little slow-mo seeing that hit the target. At close to 400 feet per second, there's not a lot of slow-mo that can capture. Here's my bolt. It went straight through this target, front to back. It's a pretty cheap target. It's not a hard foam target. I'm pretty sure my entry point was this one, if I'm not mistaken. It may have been that one, but I'll see when I actually review the footage. Let's see if I can show you actually what it looks like through the scope. I don't know if that's gonna really help you out at all. Let's see. Okay, so what you do, this is actually a specific crossbow scope. So what you do at 20 yards is you shoot, you use the center crosshairs. If you're at 50 yards, you're going to use that lower mark like that for the center of that target. And in that way, using that scope, aligning it with how fast your arrow is traveling, even though your arrow is traveling in an arc, you can actually accurately drop arrows, if you know the distance that you're shooting at, out to even 50 yards. I say all this because it's a little preface to hopefully I'm going to get Grace into the woods hunting this week or next week for her first time ever. She's been practicing with a crossbow. She's been dropping arrows in about a 4 to 6 inch circle at 20 yards, and we'll back her up to 30 yards. We'll have our ranges where we're shooting. We'll have our ranges in the woods, known ranges. Hopefully I'm going to get her out. She really wants to do it. And my friend is out there actually right now. So our property runs way to the back ridge. Beyond these trees you can see, right here, beyond the furthest trees you can see. And he's up there right now. He and I have really teamed up on hunting our property for this year and last year. Now granted, I've only been out with my son once. Even though he's like got this free hunting spot, he's set things up for me so much that he has spots for me in trees with spots I can climb, and he says, here's where they are, go out there anytime and hunt. So it's actually been way to my advantage. I can go out anytime and hunt now if I can just find that time. Okay, so the house. I don't know if you saw our last video. In our last couple videos, we got this massive hole, which was our kitchen, filled in, and now it's a solid plywood floor, subfloor. We're up out of the dirt, but we're not done with the darkness. This whole middle section right here, underneath here, is still hard to access, and I have to go under there and treat it for mold. That is where most of the mold is left in the house. I took out, I would say, the majority of the mold upstairs in this room. I actually tore that wood out, removed it, put it in dumpsters and sent it away. But down here I have a whole area I have to treat. Here's my chemicals, not gasoline. This is a heavy duty, it's very similar to bleach. And this is gonna be used only underneath the house. It's pretty toxic, pretty nasty, and it removes stains as well as killing mold. And then this is the product that we're gonna use upstairs for what little mold is left up here. It's really well known and has a great reputation, concrobium. That's going to be applied to the whole upstairs as well as cleaning. From a renovation perspective, the next step is actually framing all my exterior openings and walls, getting that, and then framing my interior walls. But from the whole perspective, I need to actually address that mold first, and then plastic. Put down plastic under the whole house and get it actually sealed underneath. Today though, it's just an intermediate day. I've just got a couple hours. I'm gonna try to clean as much stuff out of this upstairs area and prep for coming framing days. So I have just tons of wood scraps, tons of tools. I need to organize my tools, pull all the trash out of here. So when I get in here to actually clean the mold pre-framing still, that's not all in the way.
Working causes chaos, so I'm just working on bringing all of my tools back into this room here, and then next I'm going to work on this space here, get all this trash out of here. I'm trying to vacuum dust out of all the cracks. There's a massive amount of dirt and dust in this house.
Okay, I'm by no means done, but I made a lot of progress. I got to a late start in here, so I just worked a couple hours on cleaning, meticulously cleaning the floor and getting junk out of here. I'm needed up the hill now though. because Bree actually took all the kids out for, gosh, first or second time. All of them, the twins and the 5, all 7 kids. And she's about to get home, so I'm gonna come up and help unload all the kids. There we are, both getting back at the same time.
I already fed them, Joy.
Hey, welcome home. We both got home at 6.
Yep.
How'd your time go?
I took all 7 kids to the park with 5 bicycles and 1 double stroller. All by myself.
That was the first trip out with everyone, wasn't it?
Yeah, but to be honest, 3 friends met me there and they all helped me. They helped me, and I got a 1.5 mile walk in.
Yay.
It was fun.
So we both got home at 6. I said, did you all eat? We hadn't talked for a while.
No, I have dinner. You just got to throw it in the pot.
All right, let's do it.
It shouldn't take, it would take me 20-ish minutes. It'll probably take you a little longer, but.
All right, what's for supper?
Jennifer, may you please get me a cup of water?
What's for supper?
It's
Chicken tikka masala.
You try.
Chicken tikka masala.
You try, say it. Chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka.
And you made turmeric rice?
Yep. Hey, film what I'm doing
Okay.
while filming.
Daddy's letting me eat dinner in peace. Cute babies. Wait, show how they're matching in their cute outfits. Back up a little.
Oops.
Aww. He is so happy right now. He is not fussy at all.
Strong, buddy.
Turn around. I want to show their matching.
Today is new day. Today,
Whoa.
Oh gosh, don't fall. Look at their cute matching bird outfits. So sweet. I search high and low for these birds on the thrift store websites. So cute.
I know, you don't want her to lay on you? I'm sorry. It's hard to hold you without her laying on you. That's a lot of cuteness right there. He's trying to eat her hands.
That's called chicken tikka masala.
He's like, I want to eat your hands. Oh, buddy, let's get your pass.
You can say it.
Say chicken tikka masala. Right, and Wilder's gonna say Wilder.
Did you ever crash when you learned to ride a pedal bike?
Twice.
Justice crashed when he learned how to ride a pedal bike.
Me too. Yes,
Brian, did you ever crash?
I couldn't even figure it out until Gracie gives me a big boost.
Well, Wilder, it's normal to
I was
fall
trying
off
to
when
ride
you
bike.
learn to ride a pedal bike. You did so good on the pedal bike the
Well,
other
when
day.
I was bigger and I was riding a bike, I flipped it over and then I landed on my wheels and then.
But you did so good riding the pedal bike. You rode it down the hill like 4 times.
You hear what he just said? When he was bigger, he did a flip and landed back on his tires, right?
It was a motorcycle.
Oh, when you were bigger, you did that on your dirt bike? That's awesome.
And then it went around and around and then I said, whoa, and it fell off.